Hey, it's Werner. It's a quiet Sunday afternoon, and this is Finding Frequency. But it's all lies, not the latter, the quiet Sunday afternoon. Because usually in our house, everything happens except for quiet. And it's only when Martha takes Francie out for a walk or for a visit to his friend Alex or to Babcha's house that things become quiet. And I'm not complaining. We had a good day today. Lots of playing, lots of fun, lots of shouting at each other, of course, as well. Don't make a mistake. This is not all sunshine and roses over here, especially when it is morning time and we want to actually just do a bit of spring cleaning of the house, because the house turns into a mess during the week. You know, when your mom and your dad is consulting, yeah, only consultants will understand what I say. Everything just piles up and then you have to attack it. And today we attacked everything from every corner in this house. So it feels good to sit in a relatively clean house. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but, why should it be perfect? Nothing is really perfect when you have a 4-year-old running around your house. I refer to being clean. He's perfect. Of course he is. But yeah, good time today. Also, what was the extraordinary today is that he insisted that we have a phone call with Oma and Opa. That is Afrikaans for grandma and grandpa. So we also got to chat a little bit with my folks. I refer to them as the crimpies, the wrinkly ones. And they're looking well, healthy. And I'm hearing a rumor that there might be some vaccines on the horizon for them. They've registered. They're waiting now to get a date. And I feel much better if they have something in their arms. Now, my time is also coming soon. Who knows? We might be having a snap tournament with vaccinations. But I know it's also going a bit tougher around the world. India, I know, is struggling a little bit, and they're actually producing a large amount of the world's vaccines. So things are slowing down, but I don't see that rippling into Poland yet. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I don't know if there's a hesitancy around the vaccines that someone like myself can get into the queue and also so soon into the vaccine, or maybe I'm just older than I think, and I think I've made that joke before. But yeah, so pandemic's still around. We can still feel it. It's here. It's doing its thing. There is a bit of a kind of gut punch with our deaths rising. Man, I need to have more English conversations. But so that is definitely happening. Martha kind of keeps me up to date with what's happening, and we are now waiting, and I'm waiting for her to tell me what's happening with the latest stories around lockdown. I think they're easing tomorrow a little bit. Kindergartens are officially back open, and some other services. So we'll see. I don't think we're entirely through this next bump yet, but who knows? As for me, this week is going to be a tough one, especially until Wednesday. And I have 1 or 2 meetings coming up too that is also going to give an indication of what's going to happen in the next couple of days after Wednesday. So I'm hoping to slow it down a little bit. And when I'm slowing down, it's like a little bit of craziness. I have a lot of consulting work, just project management work to also sort out. So I'm hoping to get to that this week and kind of clean house there a little bit. Needs a bit of spring cleaning. Yeah, and then I can't help, and this is between you and me, I can't help thinking about the house we saw yesterday. I'm super excited about it. Martha is not. So it's kind of off the table, but something quirky, strange about this house we saw, and, I dig it. I can't help myself. I don't think it's super realistic potentially to go to this little town, to go live there. But man, would that be an adventure? I don't know. But so the search continues, and we're not desperate. It's just kind of at this stage a fun side project, because we are super lucky staying here in Warsaw in this apartment that we have. We own this apartment. It's just getting a tiny bit small. And I think it's mostly because of the pandemic we are feeling it. Because usually Marta has an office. I am a coffee shop surfer. In fact, if you listen to this for a long time, you know that I was looking for an office, which is completely off the table. So we are kind of doubling up certain spaces that we live in. So I think Marta is feeling it the most because her office at the moment is in the kitchen, which is not ideal. So she doesn't really have a fixed place to work. And I've been like talking to her about like remodeling a piece of our flat apartment to accommodate her office, to make it a office. Because I think, the world is so strange now that this is the kind of thing that you need to do to kind of get forward or move forward. But there is this kind of feeling with her, and I can't blame her. Like that's her vibe, that, you have rooms have certain roles. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know if she wants to disrupt the model to say, this is not a lounge anymore. This is like a lounge/office. And it's, and I think I'm very careful here because I don't want to say anything bad about my wife, and I'm not. But maybe it is time for us to think about how do we reframe certain things. What do we really need? Even when we were discussing this house that we have or we're looking at over the weekend, we were talking about, the ability to have guests over and sleep over. But I mean, in the first place, I'm a bit of a weird guy. Like for me, I'm not super stoked or excited to have guests sleeping over in my house. And a lot of the friends that I have prefer to not sleep over. They take care of themselves. But for example, if my parents come and stay, we remodel something. We turn a lounge or a living room into a bedroom for the 3 months that they are here. We're not stressed. We just do our thing. It's not that you cannot sleep in a lounge if you don't make it. You just need to make it a bedroom. I don't know if I'm making sense. And I think sometimes we put these rules and regulations or restrictions on ourselves, these constraints. And constraints are great when you're in a design process, but sometimes constraints, you just throw them out the window. Who cares, man? But that is what it is. What else can I tell you? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive, like a South African comedian kind of starts off all his videos, feeling good, feeling positive. I am a little bit worried about this week. There's a lot to do, a lot of labor, a lot of keyboard clicking. And last week I did really overdo it a little bit and I didn't feel well at the end of the week. And I think I just need to really be focused and concentrate and optimize what I need to do. How are you feeling? I always sit here and talk and try and share what we are doing here, which is kind of not a lot. We're just hammering forward, trying to do our thing. And my mind does go out to all my other friends facing the same kind of shared experience. And I know it's not the same as mine. All these experiences are all different because it's different family values, different concepts, different setups, different countries, different cultures, different languages. So now, even though we are sharing this kind of weird experience at a period of time, it is all interesting and different. But let's leave it there. I think I want to head over to the kitchen and make myself a cup of coffee and prepare a few other things here on the laptop, looking at some numbers and making sure that all my invoices are filed and all these things before the week starts. Also, I have this tendency now to actually block out pieces of my calendar to make sure that I'm focusing on certain pieces of work at certain periods of time. So, yeah, trying to project manage myself a little bit better. But that being said, some exciting things on the horizon. Many of them I'll speak about later, but when they start taking form a little bit more, because another live stream coming up at the end of this week. Interesting little project on the horizon with my friend Terry in the States. That needs to take a little bit shape, and there's a few cool ideas around that might lead to some of the ideas that one of the challenges that I set up for myself for this year to do as well. So that might help me get there. But now it's coffee time. And as always, remember there's a South African guy sitting here in Poland who really appreciates you. So take care and catch you on the next one.